What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of Fatboy Friday. 5 things I hate about my 2005 CVO Fatboy. Let's go. Hey guys, Sonny the Badger here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if it's your first time visiting, welcome. On this channel, we cover all things motorcycles, from traveling to rallies to working on bikes. I ride multiple Fatboys, so a lot of Fatboy content here. But anyway, welcome to our channel. So if you guys have seen my video before, I did the 5 things that I love about my CVO Fatboy. But today is the 5 things that I hate about my 2005 CVO Fatboy. The number one thing I hate about my 2005 CVO Fatboy, and I imagine anybody that ever has one of these is going to agree to this really quickly, I'm sitting on it. It's this seat. It looks awesome. I mean, it makes the bike look fantastic, but there's no padding, and about an hour's worth of ride is all I can do on this seat without my butt just absolutely killing me. So Harley did a great job with the design to make it look just fantastic, but man, this seat is just horribly uncomfortable. I've thought about like having it re-padded because the look, like I said, is awesome. But that would be my number one thing I dislike about my 2005 CVO Fatboy. Number 2, well, one of the things I loved about my CVO Fatboy was this paint, right? This brushed metal in the paint. It's on the front fender, it's on the back fender, but guys, there's a flaw with that paint. So my best guess is that the clear coat gets rock chips or something and it lets moisture under there, and this bare metal, it rusts. So on every bike that I've ever seen, for the CVO Fatboy, the fender has rust streaks or starting to show rust there. My silver bike's really bad. You'll see in the video here. And the red one is just getting started and it's got like 30,000 miles on it. So that is like a design flaw. I don't know what they could have done to make it better, but if they could have protected that front fender better, then that moisture wouldn't be getting in there and it wouldn't be rusting, which is, it's a big deal, right? Number 3 thing that I hate about my 2005 CVO Fatboy, and this is pretty much all the Harley Softails in that era, it's the cam chain tensioners. Guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the Harley engine, there are cam chains. And they have tensioners, and those tensioners have shoes, and those shoes ride along the chain. Unfortunately, the chain eats those shoes up. It's a bad design, bad material. Anyway, it was an issue they had for years, but if you don't check them and change them, they will come apart and they will destroy your motor. And it's a big deal. It's a known problem. There's a couple of fixes to it. You can get you some hydraulic tensioners. I know a lot of people tend to do that. My silver bike and Mama Badger's bike, they have both been switched to gear drive. That is like the ultimate way to bulletproof that whole system, but you have to measure the run out on your crank and make sure that it's within specs in order to even be able to do the gear drive. So, and it's a little more expensive as well. So just a few things you have to do there to make it gear drive, but that's the one way to like permanently fix that issue, because like I said, if you don't check them, I've seen people say they went out at 20,000 miles. I've seen them go out at 60,000 miles. So it's just really hard to tell, but you can pull the cover off and you can inspect them, how the wear and tear is going on those cam shoes, and if you need to replace them or not. They're not incredibly expensive to replace if you're just replacing them every so often. It's just kind of a hassle. So anyway, that would be the number 3 thing I hate about my CVO Fatboy. All right, guys, so the number 4 thing for me is the grips. They're okay. They're supposed to be like ergonomical. They don't stand up to the heat and the weather very well. And also they just aren't what I consider like CVO quality, right? You expect top quality stuff, and for some reason the grips on these, at least in my opinion, they just don't withstand use. And you know, that's one of the things you need, especially since you put your hands on them every time you get on the bike, right? So that would be my number 4 thing. The other thing that I think, this is just a bonus piece. The other thing I think they could have done to make this bike better is all of the buttons, they've got chrome everywhere, right? But all of the control buttons on the handle inside of the chrome housing are black. Why they didn't just put chrome buttons on there to complete the look is another thing that I don't understand. It would have been pretty inexpensive, quick, easy, and would have upped the trim and quality of the bike tremendously, if you ask me. Number 5, guys, last but certainly not the least. The one other thing that I hate about my 2005 CVO Fatboy is I wish they could have given me one more gear. So it's a 5-speed. I've ridden these all over the country, and they perform fine as 5 speeds. But man, it would be nice to have that extra highway gear on these CVO Fatboys. A 6th gear would go a long way and make a huge difference in this bike. But of course it is what it is. I knew when I bought it, it was a 5-speed. And like I said, for the most part, it performs fine as a 5-speed. But if there's one thing that I could ultimately have them change on this bike, that would be one of the things. I would make it a 6-speed instead of a 5-speed. Anyway, guys, I still love my CVO Fatboys. They're one of my favorite bikes all time. And those are just 5 things that just kind of irritated me, didn't set right with me, being the CVO Fatboy. Anyway, guys, if you like videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ring the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please leave us your comments. If you have a 2005 CVO Fatboy, what do you not like about it? Or what do you love about it? Leave us your comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. Remember, it's not about the destination. It's all about the ride. See you next week.